living in the abuse the price you have to pay? Have you told yourself that lie? Has it been something that you told yourself, where you've had to justify it to yourself, of staying in a toxic, abusive relationship? Now, this isn't something I just made up. This is something that I've heard from clients. One of them actually said to me tonight, they're like, well, the lie that I was believing was that this was the price that I had to pay. Think of it for a moment that you're on a toll road. And as you're going through these tolls of life, you're paying. You're paying part of your soul. You're paying part of your life. You're paying a part of your emotions, part of your feelings to the toxic guy that you're with. You're paying him in time. You're paying him in your attention. You're paying him in money. You're paying him in the expense of everything that is costing you and robbing you of the person that you once used to be. But at the end of the day, as you're going through these toll roads, paying this guy over and over and over in blood, sweat, and tears, you start to justify it and tell yourself, this is just the price that I have to pay. These are the tolls that I need to pay to get to the outcome, to get to the person that he's going to be, to get to the happy relationship, to get to the marriage that I actually want. And you keep telling yourself, this is the price that I have to pay to get to that. The problem is you're on this toll road and you're paying part of your soul as you keep going down to hell. The hell of the relationship that he's caused, the abuse that's happened, the passive aggressiveness, the covert way to be able to beat you down slowly but surely so that you don't even recognize yourself anymore. When you're in a toxic relationship, it is slow and steady, that he slowly chips away at who you are, the core of who you are internally. So when you look back in the mirror at yourself, you don't even recognize who you are. Have you started to justify losing parts of you? Have you started to justify losing the dreams that you once had? Giving up on the promotion because you haven't been able to focus? Losing traction inside of friendships and relationships because you haven't been able to make time for them because of him? What are you giving up to be with this guy? Don't fool yourself thinking, oh, this is just the price I have to pay. This is the toll road of maybe if I continue to grow and change who I am, maybe if I modify how I show up, maybe if I dress different, if I act different, if I show up different, maybe he'll finally see me. Has he seen you yet? If you look at your life and you look at the abusive relationship that you've been in for 5, 10, 25 years, has he seen you yet? Because you keep telling yourself, maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll be different. Maybe he'll shift. Maybe he'll adjust. Maybe he'll finally figure it out. Maybe he'll realize what he's doing. Maybe he'll want to get help. And you keep telling yourself this stuff. But it hasn't changed. He's still the same exact way that he was early on. He keeps giving you false apologies and then continue to manipulate. He keeps telling you that it's going to be different, making false promises, and nothing ever changes. You need to look at this really hard. What are the facts? What's the truth about the situation that right now you're wanting to avoid? You're wanting to run away from. You're wanting to ignore. Simply the piece that you come up and you say, well, this is just the price I have to pay. This is what a happy marriage looks like. We just have to get to these rough spots. We just have to work through these issues, these things that we're struggling with. No, you have to wake up to the reality that what you're enduring is abuse. And he's going to continue to do it over and over and over, not until he figures it out, not until he magically has an epiphany, not until he has a come to Jesus moment and he stops doing this until you stop it. Because otherwise he continues to see the abuse that you put up and he thinks, well, it's not that big of a deal because she's not saying much about it. It's not going to be big of a deal because she's not actually holding a boundary. I keep running over it and she doesn't even seem to care. He's using every single thing that you don't follow through as ammunition to prove to himself that you like it. That you still want him in your life, even though it doesn't even make sense. Stop telling yourself or stop believing the lie. This is just the price I have to pay. This is just what I have to do to be able to get to the happy marriage. This is what happens for me to be able to get to the heaven that I want to be able to have with him. No, you're actually on the road to hell. Simply because he's making your life a miserable hell by how he treats you, by how he acts, by how he abuses you mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically. I want you to consider for a moment inside of all of this, what is the thing that you're telling yourself? What's the lie that you're believing today? Does it have any roots in, well, this is just the price I have to pay? This was said to me tonight inside of a client call. That's what she said. This is the price that I have to pay. This is what she felt. You might feel the same exact way, that this is just the burden that you have to bear. This is just something you have to work through, that you have to wade through the murky waters until you finally find the clarity that you're looking for. It's a lie. And it's a lie that he wants you to believe, so you keep holding out for hope. He keeps training you and conditioning you over and over. He keeps holding the carrot out in front of your nose, keeping you moving forward, thinking there might going to be a better solution, thinking that it's going to get better, hoping and praying that he's magically going to figure this out. But all he's doing is giving you false promises. He's giving you fake impressions of what could be. And you see his potential of what he could be, but he never lives up to his potential because that's not who he would be, because he hasn't made a choice to be different. Instead, he keeps choosing to manipulate. He keeps choosing to abuse. He keeps choosing to try to make sure that you still stay long-term, showing you love and affection, pushing you away, pulling you back, having you feel close, pulling you away, all back and forth to keep you manipulated and keep you stuck. Don't believe the lie that this is the price that you have to pay for a happy relationship. It's not. The price of who you are losing, you, how you're disintegrating, your likes, your hobbies, every single part of you that's dying, it's not worth the price that he's making you pay. There's not a happy ending. There's not a happy outcome if you continue to pay this price to him and you don't recognize the abuse that you're in. If you're stuck in this today and you need help moving forward, leave a comment down below or go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. I want to be able to help you see that there is a way out, but you need support. Be able to help guide you so you don't keep cycling back and oscillating back to him. To get to this place of how you can actually be free, be confident, and be healed. If I can help you with that, leave a comment down below. Just says the word breakthrough, or go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough.